make you watch the credits.
Oh.
But we always need to watch the end. We always watch the
I know. Well, we play that song that me and Felicia Day did as part of the Ode to Carrie Fisher rolls through the credits. So you can just go watch that on the internet. I should take a photo.
Take a photo.
Of our lovely audience.
So what did you guys think? Is anybody else's face like hurting from smiling and laughing? Yes? Sean, yes?
I personally wet myself.
Was that the only one? Okay, so 3 people wet themselves. I don't know what that rating means to you, but...
No, they're just tears that come from your pants.
Fantastic. Well, that was awesome.
Thanks.
It was really super fun. So I know a lot of you probably have questions. So I'm going to go ahead and start, and then I'm going to toss it over to the audience. So my question was...
Do I sit here?
You can. Do you want to? You can
It's weird that
stand.
you're sitting. Hello? No? Okay.
Oh, hang on.
As he said, I walked around last year.
There.
Oh! It's weird that you're standing and I'm sitting, but that's fine.
Do you feel like I'm... Do you want to
You're
stand
in a power.
also?
You're in a power position right now. I feel like you're wielding your power at me. That's fine.
Write
Okay, go
that
ahead. You start.
No, so my question for you is, with everything you've done, so you've done musicals, you've done, stage, film, TV, comedy, why was this the journey that you wanted to document, and when did you decide that you were going to document it?
Well, I had been doing this show. I'd done a little bit of a tour in some cities in the U.S. and Canada, and I can't remember, did we cut out the part? I think we maybe cut out the part where my manager said, you shouldn't be performing this material. There was a lot of stuff that got cut that was very blue. There's a whole other half of the show that we cut from the thing. But, so I was like, I want to do something bigger with this, but I have no interest in going to like the Chuckle Hut in every city. My stuff is not for like that kind of audience, These are my people, and I wanted to be performing for my people, not that type of crowd. And so then I talked to my friend Andy, who was the director of this, who directed Sean in a movie called BFFs a couple of years ago as well. And we said, hey, let's do this. And then we decided to do the Kickstarter thing to fund it, which was sort of more towards the beginning of Kickstarter now. It's just like somebody sends me one more email. Did anyone donate to our Kickstarter fund? Anyone?
Anybody?
Woo! Let's applaud for them. You guys are basically producers on a movie. Did you get your thing in the mail, or? You did? Did everyone get their thing? Okay, got it. Well, the invisible man is just staring at me right now. Is that what you're dressed as, sir? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Are you smiling? It's hard to tell.
I thought it was doing like a striptease, like an invisible man striptease. What's that like? The bandages come off, and you're like, it seems like it might be great. Obi-Wan's shaking his head. No. What are you?
Tusken Raider.
Okay, got it. Sure. Did I answer your question? I do a lot of not answering the questions, so keep me in line.
Like circling around the question.
Oh, I'll do a square dance around it.
Well, let me hand it over to you guys. Do we have any questions in the audience for Mr. Lenk?
Pressing questions.
Yes, over here.
Did you ever find your mind?
My mind? That's a lyric. I've lost my mind. Oh, yeah. Are you sick of that song now? I'm just letting you know, like a week from now, you'll be in the shower. Damn you, Lenk! I think I found my mind. I think it's there a little bit.
Anybody else have any questions? You with the bandages.
I'm wondering if it was your sewing skills that enabled you to keep that green hat on when you battled Ganon.
Wait, what? The green hat when I who?
Link.
Oh, Lenk.
Oh, you're doing a pun. That's very funny. Can you tell my video game knowledge is not very good? It took me a minute, thank you. Whoever chimed in with Link.
He knew what you meant. He just wanted you to spell it.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, people used to say that to me when I was a kid, like, Legend of Zelda. I'm like, okay, I don't have a Nintendo. Well, okay, whatever that is, cool. Was that Nintendo? What was that? Was that a typing game?
Like King's Quest?
Oregon Trail is more my speed. I don't know. Kill my wife. I don't fort the stream, take the oxen, do it. I just need to get to Oregon. Also, I thought that game, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? It was very confusing to me because we lived, about 2.5 hours away from San Diego. I'm like, is that a suburb of San Diego? Like, I never realized that her name was Carmen, last name, or maybe middle and last, San Diego. Like, I was like, we know where San Diego is. I can show you on the map. Clearly, I did not get a good grade in my computer class.
Yes.
What type?
Are you the one eating brains?
Yes.
No brains at the movies. What character are you?
Have you seen iZombie?
Nope.
CW? It's okay.
Is that a CW?
Show.
It's on season 2. It's okay. Forgive
Is
me.
it on the network or on the
It's
computer?
on
CW?
It's on the CW. Netflix has the first Netflix right now.
Okay, cool deal. All right.
Anyway, obviously not nerding out about it with that, but I was gonna be like, what top 5 things, TV shows, pop culture, whatever, are you nerding out about right now?
Is that a nerdgasm? we
Yes,
just
that
had?
was. I'll get a towel later. Well, I don't think no one's okay, I love How to Get Away with Murders.
Yes!
It has gone off the rails in the best way this season. Everyone is having sex. Their children in the audience, I'm sorry. I love it. I could watch Viola Davis just read me my contact list on my phone. I love Outlander. I discovered that by accident. I'm like, whoa, this is an erotic novel come to life. It's like those books at the drugstore by the cash register, and I love it. Do you know it?
I know Outlander, and I also know the books at the grocery store.
And when I describe Outlander to people, if you haven't seen it, this is what I describe it as. Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, meets Somewhere in Time meets Braveheart. There you go.
Yes.
I love the Vikings show. Outlander season 2's coming back for Outlander, right? Has it happened yet? Okay, what about Vikings?
Yes.
Yes.
When's that premiere?
About the same time.
Ragnarok!
It's like March.
Are they all doing fake Swedish, vaguely Nordic accents?
Yes. Vaguely Nordic.
Vaguely Nordic. Love that. Was that 3 so far?
Yeah.
What else am I watching? I really got suckered into The Strain. Does anyone watch The Strain? It creeps me out. Maybe not low enough. Like, I cannot watch horror movies. They freak me out. It's too scary. I get too invested. So, picture me at the premiere of Cabin in the Woods. But for some reason, I got into The Strain and the witch season of American Horror Story. I was really because it's like kind of gory, but I feel like it's easier to look away. You can go to the kitchen and get some, microwave something while the gory stuff is happening. But The Strain is so gross. And so, what is happening with that show? I don't know what. All of a sudden, they'll just abandon a storyline. There's a wrestler now. I don't know, and he just went away for a while. Are you watching The Strain, or are you just clapping out of sympathy for me? And like, what was, Regina King was there, and then she's like, bye, I'm out. I gotta go to a show that'll get me Emmys. Wasn't she on the show the first season?
I think she was in the beginning, right?
She was in the beginning, but then she just kind of like, I gotta go, and she literally ran away, and then never came back, so I was curious about that. That show's so gross, but I can't stop watching it.
Is that 4 or 5? That's 4.
I got one more.
One more. What should I choose? I choose. I watch a lot of stuff. A lot of like comedy stuff. Veep. I love Veep.
Love you.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
It's 5, we got it.
It's eclectic.
Yes, you're right in
show.
front.
You wrote a song, Ode to Carrie Fisher, for violin and piano.
Mhm.
Felicia Day plays violin. Have you ever asked her to play it?
Watch it on the internet. Oh, we already did it. Yeah. You haven't seen it? Oh, remember your face. Yeah, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's actually in the rolling credits at the end of the movie. We actually use that as it's from Felicia Day's Flog show, and she came over and we played it. And then there's weird animation where we're just flying in space while we play the piano and violin. And in the later episode, I play the trumpet with her as she plays the violin. I think, does I play the trumpet? My baby trumpet?
Yes, it's a C block.
Oh, look at the anger, look at all these people staring at you angrily.
Just think about how much she has to look forward to.
I know, you've
right?
got just like a date with your computer in like 20 minutes. You can just sign on to the Cardinals Wi-Fi, password winners. How are they doing? I don't do sports things, so I don't even know. It's football, right?
Right in front over here.
What was your experience like in your episode with How I Met Your Mother?
Oh gosh, I barely remember it. It was just very fast because they filmed it so quickly. It was fun. I mean, Allie is a good friend of mine, and I've gotten to know like the director of that show, Pam, and so it was fun. But it was just like go, and you're bye. It was so fast, very efficient set. Yeah, it was fun. Good crew over there.
With the fez.
Throughout the entire movie, the Nerdgasm, you kept like saying how like stressed you were for the final show, but it cuts off right during it. How did the show go for you? Was it fun?
Oh, well, that was, you saw the end of the show.
Yeah.
That was like the big sort of finale
Well,
of the show.
we never got to know what you thought about it because we're all this hype films. How did you do
Oh,
that?
it was great. We ended up, yeah, it's so hard. You never get to include everything. We had cut out, we did an encore performance the next night in a smaller venue. And I think I got, it was really good. I mean, I had a blast. I mean, excited. I mean, as you can tell, hopefully you could tell, I looked like I was having fun. And the crowd was great, it was sold out, which was why we got to add the second show. And it made me want to go back and do with my new show that I have, do the full month-long, really perform every night in a smaller venue. Yeah, I loved it. If you ever get a chance, you guys gotta go check it out. Also, I hear Edmonton has a good Fringe Festival. I think they're the big one on this side of the pond.
So you mentioned your new show.
Yeah, I have two shows that I've done in the last year. One is called Heavy Petting, and it's hilarious tales of 30 pets I had and how they died growing up. I know it sounds so sad, but it's hilarious. You don't understand. I had a homophobic parrot that used to taunt me. She had all these other owners who taught her bad words, and she only liked straight men, and so she hated my mom, she hated me, and she'd be like, bitch. What's your problem, asshole? And then she attacked me, which I considered a hate crime. Anyway, so I have that show. I've never said that hate crime line before. I gotta write that. And then I have another show called Tom Lenk is Nailing Hollywood, but it's with the emoji of the pink lady nail. But it's really how I'm not. It's a lot of embarrassing stories from behind the scenes, and I name names. And I show video, and I don't want to do it here because it's more likely to hit the internet that way. What was it? I hate crime. Okay. Karen, she attacked
Okay,
me.
well, he makes note to self.
This is how I live my life, by the
Isn't
way.
technology beautiful?
Pulling over, like, I gotta type this, I gotta scribble it on the back of a receipt or a parking ticket. Then you have to get to the voice memo, and then you gotta look for it again. At least I can just scroll down my. Okay, that took longer than expected, but we did it.
Totally worth it for the
Oh, I have reminders to myself. Please tell everyone to listen to my podcast. Do you know I have a podcast?
No.
Where have you been? It's called the Strangely Attractive Podcast, and we're on iTunes. And I'm one of 3 co-hosts. My old sketch group and I started a podcast, and we talk to each other about just whatever. And we interview comedy people in LA. Babies should not be watching this film, sir. My God. The language she heard. I mean, her first word out of her mouth is going to be penis or orgasm. I don't know. That's fine. That's a healthy word. Let's all say it together. Orgasm. Can't barely get it out. Okay. Yeah, listen to my podcast, subscribe. I had some other. You can watch me at midnight.
Yeah!
If the episode's still up, I don't know. I did it last month.
Hulu.
And if you're going to be in the Connecticut area, I'll be doing a one-man play called Buyer and Cellar in the new year.
Right,
Okay,
right down in
yes,
front
yes.
in the leather.
Are you going to be releasing any of the cut stuff online at some point?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe if we, hopefully at some point, if there's distribution, maybe we'll do some. I mean, we had hundreds of hours of footage, so we had to kill a lot of babies. That's the term they use in Hollywood. I'm so sorry. That's what they say when you have to, in the cutting room floor, you kill your babies, or your favorite jokes to your babies. I don't know. So a lot of the stuff from the show, in my opinion, was a little too of the time when I did the show. So I was like, no, let's cut that. Let's
You've moved on.
use the stuff that's going to be funnier for a longer period. Yeah. Oh, did we? Oh, yeah. We said on the chirons of the show, I did get in trouble for going over. Oh, I said, even though Natalie, my little type A producer who I love so much, she said, no, the British accent, Scottish is a British accent. And in the final show, I ended up saying, I won't do my Scottish accent, but I will do British. I totally messed. I'm supposed to say English. So I did, in fact, mess it up. So like the laughter, I think you hear, they're like, they were awkwardly laughing at that moment. But I was like, here's the problem when I perform is that I can't remember if I said something just now or the other night when I did the show. So sometimes I forget what I'm doing. Maybe I should get an earpiece. I'm gonna look into that. If Al Pacino can do it on Broadway, maybe I can too. Okay, yeah, moving on. I answered that.
Let's move on.
I actually have 2 questions. One's just kind of a generic, will there ever be a Buffy movie? And then the other...
Well, you're asking the wrong person for that one. Jesus, this is a powerful microphone. Okay, probably not. I don't know, I don't make those decisions. I think you have to talk to the man in charge, probably.
Well, my other question is...
God. Or her, or them, I don't know.
A weird, obscure question. I saw on the show, and we talked about this, you've you mess up electrical stuff, and I was just.
Oh yeah, we had a conversation. I short circuit, I can't wear watches because I kill the batteries on them. And the computers, iPhone, I mean, it worked properly for a couple weeks and then stopped. So anyway, and I looked it up and other people have this thing and it's called it's SLI, sliders, street light interference, because apparently people also, I used to think that this one, it was weird that this one light or lamp post by my house would go out all the time, but it turns out that it could be me causing it. Wow. And others.
I was just curious when you started noticing that.
I started noticing it, I'd say, in high school because I collected Disney watches that played music. And the batteries were just always like, oh, why is the battery always dead? And as I collected more and more watches, I noticed they were just always dead after I put them on.
But it's a superpower.
It's a superpower. We're still learning to use our powers for good and not evil. She gets free Starbucks because of hers. She short circuits the cash register. Anyone else suffer from or enjoy this phenomenon? Did you look it up online? Did you ever think like, I'm not the only one this happens to?
Yes, I kill watches like you.
Have you ever like killed a computer?
Yes, and the street lamps by my house.
And people don't believe us. It's like we're living X-Men for real. I feel pretty good.
We should start a group.
Yes! Let's start a team of superheroes. It's like, look at this computer. I'll turn it off with my mind. And it'll never turn on again.
So you never have to tell me to match your phone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, don't give me your iPhone. Over here?
Does that affect filming? When you're on sets, does it affect the cameras at all?
No, but I've had, like, sound guys are always coming over to change the batteries. Frequently, oh, these batteries aren't lasting, and sometimes I'm like, heh. But eventually I'll tell them, like, if you have, I'll drain the batteries, just letting you know. But then they don't believe me until they keep coming over every 30 minutes to change the batteries.
Keep hoping the lights don't go out while you're telling that story.
Yeah.
Or do I hope they will?
They could, they might.
Okay, well, at least we.
Did you always have the gloves on? Or are you about to go into surgery?
Watch the show. And I was just gonna say, because I used to do sound tech stuff in theater, I was like, I bet you that you were like, just give me the handheld. Just have the handheld stand.
Yeah, plug it in. Like, give me one with a cord on it.
Yeah.
That's a much safer thing for me. Flashlights too will go out after
Even
a minute.
LED?
Huh?
Even an LED?
I don't know. I'll have to try.
You should try that. They have a longer battery life, so you probably will kill them in half the time.
Okay, good. So I'm learning a lot about you and me. Thank
I have a friend who has the same problem.
you. At least we know we're not alone.
You could start a blog of like superhero life hacks.
I think oh yeah, well there is a Facebook page I think for people with our powers. That sounds so weird. Right, sure.
Speaking of superpowers and superheroes, you know.
Do you have any superpower, what would it be? No, not that question.
No,
Okay.
would you want to be in one of the Avengers movies or superhero movies?
That's like when they asked Carrie Fisher, did you watch the Carrie Fisher interview?
Yeah.
It was so funny, and she said, what did you say to George Lucas ask me? What did you say? She's like, yes, duh. Like, I've been playing it for 20, 35 years. Think I'm gonna say no at this point? It's funnier when she says it, but you should watch that interview. And yeah, what was your question?
Is there a specific character you'd like to play?
I don't know, anything with a tight outfit. Only because it would cause me to, have to hire a trainer and do that whole thing. And just be like a short man with big muscles,
Would you
which always looks cool.
Would you hire that one trainer that?
Yes, I would. I just went somewhere in my mind. Yeah, I don't know specifically one I would want to be. I'd have to do more research on that. What would you suggest?
Professor X.
What?
Professor X. Shave your head.
No, it has to be one that doesn't exist, right? Doesn't that already exist?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean somebody who's not already playing, like somebody who's not?
Okay, I just went, wait, Professor X, isn't that from X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
Someone's already playing him, I can't think of
And
it.
James McAvoy.
Oh man, who else? I have a lifelong crush on Patrick Stewart. Anyone else?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't, I can't tell that story. No,
Yes, you can.
No, I can't, it's too
Have you seen
embarrassing.
Lunch Talk?
What?
Lunch Talk?
His new show?
I haven't, no, I need to. Okay. Yeah, well, what about, wait, we haven't figured out what character I should play. It's not being played by someone, not already being played by an award-winning actor.
Would you ever play a bad guy? Or do you like being a good guy?
Whatever.
Bad guy could be fun. You get to whip out one of those wicked accents you
Does anyone
have.
have a good suggestion?
Great lantern.
You could drain the power, like the electricity from other things, and then use it to attack people.
Okay, all right. But don't we have to choose a character that's already in comic book form? We can hire someone outside to whip it up and then, okay. Well, we'll think long and hard about that one.
Yes, you with the white sleeves.
I want to expand kind of on that question, because obviously you're big in the Whedonverse.
Yes.
But if you could be in any other fandom, what would it be?
Oh, I don't know. I just got so distracted by your British Isles accent. Where do you hail from?
Close. Over a little bit further.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
I'm from Ireland.
Ireland, there we go. I almost had it and I just wildly insulted you. So sorry. I couldn't hear. I was having a hard time hearing and then I couldn't. Okay. What other
What fandom would you love to be a part of if you could be in any of them? I mean,
Shondaland? Does that count?
which one? Would you be Grays? Would you be Scandal? Would you
Well,
be How I Get Away with
obviously,
Murder?
being on Get Away with Murder. I don't know what I would be, but I love that show.
One of Connor's conquests.
Okay. Yes. Gaga. Yeah. I think I'm out of the age range for that category. I'd have to. Well, I want to stick around. I don't know. You never know when you're gonna get killed on that show. It's very much like Buffy was. Yeah, I'll choose that. I choose that. That's right.
Now, with all of the different types of acting that you do, from stage to screen
To over.
to the comedy to over,
Acting. Get
How
it?
do you-
Is what I did there? Over.
how do you balance that? Or do you do one till you feel kind of burnt out on it, and then you go kind of cycle through? Or do all of it all at once?
Well, I do a lot of live stuff just all the time in LA. I perform at UCB regularly. The girls in my podcast are Groundlings people, so sometimes we perform there and have a little theater troupe called 30-Minute Musical, so I do stuff with them. I just finished doing a musical spoof of the movie Scream that ran in LA for a couple months. So I'm just constantly doing that because that's what I love doing for me. But as far as like the big stuff, you just never know where the wind's gonna take you as an actor. So sometimes it's a TV show, sometimes it's a play. Like this Buyer and Cellar. Has anyone heard of it? Michael Urie did it Off-Broadway. It's so funny, and it just sort of just happened that a guy that I worked with was directing it this past summer in Pittsburgh, and so I went out and did it. And it's an hour and 45 minutes, no intermission, one person talking the whole time, playing a bunch of characters, including Barbara Streisand. And it's the hardest thing I've ever done because, memorizing 60 pages was not something I thought I could ever do. But I love it, and so just to get the chance to go do it again at a whole other theater is really cool. So I'm loving being able to go back and forth. And it's so fun, yeah.
Being open to opportunities.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
paying attention now.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Be
for the
open to
audience? Yes,
success.
they're so excited.
Well, I have a real question, but first I have to know, did you ever get the music stand put together?
No, there was a missing. And I was so angry. I don't. Did they leave the party where it's like that racist, awful?
Yes.
Because when I went into the store, he said something so inappropriate, and I was like, when things like that happen, I'm so shocked, I shut down, and I don't know what to say. And like, I just need to leave here, but I also need this item. So I was so angry at him, and if I could remember where or who it was, I would name him and shame him. So yeah, I did not, and I was also angry that he sold me a defective product. What was your real question?
My real question is that you started acting very young. How did you, well, I assume you were pretty young.
Did I?
You seem like
You have the bio, right? That's
Still really young?
The time did he say?
At a younger age, how did you get into it? Was that your idea, or?
I started doing it as a kid for fun. I started on the more the musical side of things, and then just kept doing it in high school, community theater. My high school didn't have a drama teacher, so I became a drama teacher and directed a musical that year. So it just was something I was doing. I wanted to do it professionally as a kid, but both my parents worked, and we were far enough away from LA that they were like, no, we're not driving you to auditions. So, yeah, it was just something I always wanted to do, and eventually went to UCLA, studied theater there, and yeah, I guess I've been doing it a while.
Any other questions in the audience? Yes, you in the gray.
You mentioned doing marching band in high school. Did that continue into college? And if so, I have a follow-up.
No, well, I was, the first 2 years of school, I was a music major, before I transferred to UCLA, and I was doing like a classical voice, which when I was listening to that nasally, throaty sound, you can be like, of course, classical. And after I realized I did not have a career in opera, I was double majoring in, God, this mic. I was double majoring in voice and trumpet, and then I just realized, like, well, what I really like is musical theater, and that's not classical music, so I switched over to the drama department. So I did not get to be a marching Bruin at UCLA. What was your question going to be? Now I'm curious.
Well, I was trying to fish and find out if you were one of the two runners, because I was in Kappa Psi in college.
A frat?
Marching band fraternity.
Oh, there we go, yes.
I was trying to see if you were brothers, but no.
No. I was not in a frat of any kind. Except for I was going to quote a song. The Brotherhood.
Brotherhood of Man.
There we go. That's not a fraternity, it's a brother. It's different. Never mind. That was a How to Succeed in Business reference, for those of you who don't know your musical theater.
Yes, you back here.
There've been a lot of well-known TV shows for short stints. Is there one that really sticks in your mind that you had a lot of fun on?
Short stints on a TV show. What do you mean, sticks in my mind?
Like one that you had a lot of fun doing?
Let me think. That's when I have to go, someone read me my credits, I don't remember what it was. But at Midnight was so much fun. You guys watch that show? Chris Hardwick and I met doing Rock of Ages, the original workshop production in LA. He has an amazing voice. I don't know if anyone knows that, but he was he originated the Tom Cruise role that Tom Cruise played in the movie. And so he improvised a lot of the lines that ended up making it in there. Anyway, so he was singing all of those songs. He's great. Anyway, At Midnight was so much fun. also so high stakes, high pressure, because you gotta like go and like, you know, make all the jokes happen. And it's so much fun, and Chris, I love him. Who doesn't have a crush on him? Yay, Nerdgasm. Over there, yes?
Me?
Yeah.
Two things. One, you just reminded me, Chris Hardwick actually did a duet with Tom Cruise at Comicon a couple of years ago because Tom Cruise was like, yeah, you're the first Casey Jax, and they started singing, and that was a Nerdgasm moment right there.
Oh my God, that's
It's on YouTube.
amazing slash.
Yeah.
So weird.
Cruise. But my question is you talked about in the movie how, you know, when you're a nerd, that like some of the awkwardness just comes because you're like trying to be cool and you're trying to do that like cool thing. And as someone who grew up when nerdy was not cool because you did not have Avengers on the big screen and you didn't have Comicon wasn't this really cool place to go. It was that, oh, those weirdos go to that place. And so it's kind of like, oh, well, back in my day, you know. Yeah. But do you look at it now as like, yay, nerdy stuff is getting awesome? Or are you like, oh, why is it so easy for you guys to have fun with the stuff you like now?
Well, I guess, yeah, you could definitely go directions like, I was nerdy before it was cool. I'm a hipster nerd. But I think, I mean, a lot of this, I'm going to get real theater on it, like the journey of doing this show also was like, learn, you know, because sometimes when you're like, I'm not a nerd, I'm cool, like, it was a lot of sort of realizing, oh wait, what? Oh, and other people are like that too? Oh, that makes me feel so much better. So yeah, like I don't know, it's just kind of cool. It is very, and it's cool to do things like this to where, you know, because for a while, I mean, like these did not exist in every city for a while, you know, like San Diego was sort of a big one that people would go to. And so I think it's so cool that this type of thing exists everywhere. And I've gone all over the world and met my nerdy peoples everywhere, and it's so amazing. So I don't know, I feel really lucky that, you know, what I thought when I first started out as typecasting, like, oh, you only have the opportunity to play these kind of characters, these nerdy parts, would turn into such like, yes, I do get to play these parts. It's been a real blessing. So, yeah, very thoughtful question.
Yes. I totally forgot my question,
Keenan, yes, Keenan.
Robin, for your superhero? Maybe
Oh,
like
I've
Robin?
seen, well, that's not Marvel, right? We have to, are we sticking with Marvel?
Oh, it's gotta be Marvel.
If it's gonna be on the Avengers, it's gotta be, I mean, unless they're gonna do it. Has there ever been a Marvel DC crossover
In the
event?
comics. In the comics it happens.
Do you think they would ever merge and do like a Batman, Superman, Avengers?
If Disney
It
buys
took
DC.
so much work to get Sony to lend Spider-Man
Oh,
for
okay.
that, so no.
My nerd cred just went way down. Look, you watch the movie, my credit relies in misquoting How to Succeed in Business in musical from 65. No one here knows, okay.
Did you remember your question?
Yeah, I remember it. So how was your experience on Talking Dead?
Nope, wasn't on that. I was just checking the time. It's damn looking asleep by 7. Talking Dead, I didn't do that show. I did At Midnight. That was my Chris Hardwick experience.
Oh, okay. I thought you were on Talking Dead, like,
Was I?
weeks ago.
Were you? Am I? Am I on a cruise right now? Where am I? Who are you?
Would you? Maybe that's a
When
better
are you gonna
question.
get Chris Hardwick to put you on Talking Dead?
I think you have to be on that show.
No.
don't you?
No.
Or you have to watch it.
Yeah, you'd be like this.
It's too scary for me. No, I can handle scary shows on TV now because they're less scary than a scary movie. It's just like those torture ones that, you know,
Where
that
they-
kind of
They
stuff.
spend a long time.
Like Saw and all that kind of stuff is too much. I once dated someone who purposely forced me to go see scary movies. I think it's much what my reaction would be. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Do you plug your ears to like this?
I got dragged to like the Universal Studios horror nights.
I love that.
And the people would come at you and slide with metal knee pads on and sparks fly, and they have chainsaws, and I was like, I'm out! Oh, sorry, I was out when I went in like the mummy, the haunted house mummy version, and like, you know, you're walking through and a piece of string will touch your head. That's when I tried to leave. So that will show you how I'm not great at those things. Oh, just thinking about it.
Down in front.
Just a comment on this first before the question. Nerdgasm was fantastic. And
Thank
thank you
you.
for bringing that and sharing that with the audience.
Oh, you're welcome. I was like, I don't know, is anyone going on a sit for 2 hours?
That's great.
But thank you guys for coming to see it. I was curious to see how it would play with the Comicon crowd.
Real people?
Yeah.
We're not
My
real
people.
And then, do you have any behind-the-scenes stories of the Whedonverse to share? You know, working on Buffy.
You want the dish, you want the scoop. Like what, like embarrassing stories or?
Just anything. It's just been so much fun to watch, and I know that everyone's gone in different directions. I know Danny's writing and directing. I don't know. It just seems like so much fun.
Yeah, let me think. Well, Danny and I moved, after we worked together on Buffy, I moved into his building. I don't know if people know that. So I lived upstairs from him in a fourplex in this little area off Melrose, and we lived across the street from a halfway home for non-violent halfway home. I think it was mostly like post-institutionalized folks. And it was, well, no, I shouldn't say it because then people start flocking to the building, leaving flowers for us. But it was so fun. We lived there for like 7 years together. While he was downstairs writing historical, important manuscripts, I was upstairs writing sketches with mustaches and wigs for the internet. So I'm not saying I made the right choice, but no, I love Danny, and I'm so, like, it was really cool to see how hard he wrote, like the number of scripts that he wrote before he had his big success. And he was like downstairs every day writing and just toiling away. So I have so much respect for him. And when you see someone that worked that hard to get where they are, like, I'm just so filled with joy anytime he receives one of his many awards. Yes! Doing it! What else? Backstage stories. Universe stories. Nothing bad happens. I don't have any like embarrassing stories. Trying to think of what. I have some embarrassing things from Witches of East End. I don't know if you guys would care about that. Like when there was like a giant naked blue man that looked like Mystique, but he was a man, and they like CGI'd blue penis tails on him. When I saw the episode, and it was just like, they're like, oh yeah, his tails will attack you, and then there's a shot of me, and it's literally blue penises attacking me. Several blue penises. And on that note,
in the library, right?
yes, and on that note, as he was like leaning over, killing me, and while we're filming it, he was like, the wardrobe could come over here, my stuff is falling out. Stuff is falling out of whatever this dance belt is that I'm wearing. And they're touching his leg. Sorry, yeah. Man stuff on my leg. That was fun. I never had any, like, all the things, stories I have, like, when I played a vampire on Buffy, they put contact lenses, and I had never done that before, and so I held up production every time they had to put them in my eyes. Normally, someone could just go boop, boop, but they had me basically strapped down, like Clockwork Orange style. Crying, shaking, and then finally I turn off the lights so like I couldn't see the fear coming towards my eyes. How do you do that? Oh, terrifying.
Just look away.
What?
Look the other direction while it's
Nope, didn't work. You say that's gonna work, and then it doesn't. Doesn't work. Some people just can't wear contacts. I am one of them.
Maybe it's the electricity thing.
It is, yes, blame it on that. What was another good story? How much time do we have?
Moon Knight.
Moon
Sorry.
Knight? What?
Moral of the character.
Still thinking about superheroes? Are we still thinking superhero characters? Is that what
Oh,
you're
okay, sorry. I was like, what are you referencing right now? Google it later.
Yelling out a
You just type it down, spell it. Moonlight?
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
He looks cool.
Who?
Moon Knight.
So they just say he looks cool? What does he look like?
Yeah, he's like hooded and
Okay,
he has an
I'm
ankh on
looking
his
him up.
chest. He kind of looks like an Anki spawn. Or wait, a Moni spawn.
Nope, Sean just texted me and it took me away. Okay, Moon Knight. I'm getting moon, pictures of the moon at night. Because I forgot to put the K on it. Hold on, so I just put on my reader. You're so embarrassing at the Comicon. Well, that's aggressive. I didn't look like that. Don't they have like a sensible, like sidekick character? Like mildly in shape, not. This guy is enormous. Tiny waist. Talk about the body issues people must get from reading comic books. I mean, how did these people look like this? Oh, it's a drawing time. Okay. Here he is with Spider-Man. He's not very colorful. I don't know. I was thinking something more like a chartreuse or like a mauve, teal, maybe something teal and black. Teal and black color scheme, and maybe silver. Silver Surfer. I'd like to be the Silver Surfer. Is that available?
I believe that's vegan, right?
Not the last 10 years.
But not by anybody that's.
I do like the teal and black though. Nobody looks bad.
I'm gonna whip up a rendering.
You can get one of the artists here to do it.
There you go.
Too expensive. I didn't think of any other good stories from. Oh, Nathan Fillion really just grabbed my coat in that scene of Much Ado, and it did rip a little bit in the armpit. I don't know if the sound picked it up, but he just took it. It was not rehearsed. He just took it away. Tried to put my jacket on. That was my jacket. It was such a low-budget movie. You had to bring your own costume. So it was my. I think I finally gave it away. Why am I telling you this? But I was like, wow, maybe I should auction that off for a charity. Like Nathan Fillion ripped my jacket.
Like one of those things on eBay that they sell for charity. Like
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, that sounds like a headache. Donation bag. Taking it out of the closet.
Oh, we got about 5 minutes left. I bet we can squeeze in a couple more questions. You with the androids on your shirt.
So you just mentioned Much Ado About Nothing. Can you have any, can you describe your experience filming that with Joss?
Who's talking? Where are you? Okay. I was looking at this girl. Her mouth was not moving. Maybe she has a superpower too. She pre-recorded it on her iPhone. Just play. Just trick me. Say your question again.
Can you describe your experience making Much Ado About Nothing with Joss?
Oh, it was so fun. You should read the article. I interviewed him for a magazine. Google that. That will give you more information that I can remember right now. But it was so fun. Really, everyone in the cast was just so fun to hang out with, and immediately had a crush on Ashley Johnson. Are you watching her new show? I'm kind of suckered into it. It's really good. NBC. What's it called?
Blind Spot.
Thank you. I was like, it's called Lady Tattoo. You know, Lady Tattoo. That show about the lady with all the tattoos. Lady tattoo. She's a lady with tats. She solved some crimes, but the crime was her lady tats. It's the same melody I use for everything.
Ain't broke.
When I talk about the witches of East End, and I call it Lady Witch, exclamation point. That's what I would tell my friends, oh, I'm going up to film Lady Witch, exclamation point. And then the song I made was Lady Witch, she's a witch that's a lady. Her powers are shady, cause she's Lady Witch, Lady Witch. It's the same thing over and over.
Let's see. Oh, we have time for at least one more.
Sorry, I did not answer your question at all. We had a lot of fun. It was great. And, yeah, that's it. Oh, we took a bus from LA to Austin, Texas, with all the Much Ado people, except for the main people who got to fly, but the rest of us. But Joss came out with us. I think he flew home. Good choice. And what was it? Oh, so they put the Much Ado poster. They covered the whole bus with it, a big poster of it, and because they're like, it'll be a great advertising thing. But guess what's between LA and Austin, Texas? A whole lot of desert, not a whole lot of people.
Like this, basically here.
Yeah, but just with nothing, but less,
Yeah.
with no people. And we probably drove through here, right? Yeah, we drove through. But once you get into Texas, it's nothing, except for truck stops and things. And we were at a rest stop, and one of the truck drivers came over to one of the cast members and said, "Hey, muchacho about nothing." It made me so happy that what looked like a very not nice conservative gentleman went to like a Spanish pronunciation of the thing. I was like, you go, sir, you go. Muchacho about nothing. Much ado. And he's Shakespeare? Huh? No? Okay, moving on. Also, I might get in trouble for this, but I don't care. Somebody invited a lady friend to spend the night on the bus. We got to Austin, and we had to stay on the bus. There was no hotel. There was also no shower on the bus. So then we had to find various friends to let us come shower. It was a crazy experience. But somebody flew out a girl to come stay on the bus, and her name was. And she was really loud, and her name was Somnia, and they just kept talking, and there's things and shenanigans happening, and I just thought it was funny that her name was just 2 letters off from what I was suffering from, which is insomnia. Someone might have been insomnia as well. I don't know. I've never said that.
On that note, I do believe that's time.
Comicon lady, she's a lady with comics. She's a lady in comics. She reads comic books. Lady comic. Honestly, thank you if you donated to our movie. Thanks for watching it and taking time out of your day here at the Comicon. And it's so cool to meet all of you and to hear your laughter when I came back and watched the last 15 minutes of the movie because I can't watch myself. But thank you for being here. You guys are great. Bye.
Prom Lenk, everybody. And the hall does close at 7, which is now-ish. So we need everybody to quick